Hi, gorgeous. You deserve more. I'm going to show you how to get it. This is going to be a super quick one, but it is dating with an open heart. So I am, I am like flabbergasted by how many women or men or whatever dating coaches they talk about dating, but it is with such a closed heart. It is with such a narrow mind, narrow perspective. These people are bad. This is how you avoid this. Like, dating should be fun and you should be attracted to the person you're dating with no strings attached. Okay, so how do you date with an open heart? First of all, do not mix dating and marriage. Living together, spending the night, having sex, finances, children, your womb. Um, Even me, I go to say low to no physical contact, at least until you have clarity. So let me explain what I'm saying to you. So let's say I'm going out or you're going out with a guy, he's a nice guy, you really like him. You get out the car, he opens your car door, you give him a side church hug. Okay, we're not necessarily going in for the full-fledged mm type hug, because it's not that type of party. People need to be like a little confused. Okay, are they on a date? Is this a business dinner? Are they brother and sister? We don't know. Because if you're going to date and have a rotation, absolutely nothing wrong with that. I could have a rotation, date as many people as you want, but you're dating people like you're on a business dinner. Like, you're not going to have on a suit and you're not going to ask them their qualifications. It's going to be fun, lighthearted, a little bit of flirting, but we're not making out. We're not going to his house afterwards. We're not on that type of time at all. At all. You need to treat this date like you are at a company party and you're flirting with a coworker. How about that? Y'all are not going too far. Why? Because people are watching you, so you're not going to be inappropriate. So you can date a man and he can not speak to you for months and it not bother you, and then he comes back around and you're like, wait, this is confusing. Why are you talking to me? And it's not a big blow up. It's not how to text a guy. It's just like, oh, you don't really like me like that? That's okay. And if you want to go on another date, to go on a date because he's a fun person to hang out with, do it. But you're not upset because he's not your husband. He didn't want to commit. Date with an open, light heart. So many people are dating constricted. What if he does this and what if he doesn't do that? How do I text him and how do I do that? When you date with an open heart, you don't care. You wish the person well. It's like a good buddy. I want you to be well. I want you to be happy. But if we don't talk, okay. If we do talk, okay. If I see you, okay. If I don't see you, okay. But we're not being moved by one person's appearance, non-appearance, behavior, non-behavior in our lives. It doesn't make any sense. And it's jading you. You're missing out on great guys because you're like, oh my gosh, this was not going to take me back like the last one. He's not going to call me like the last one. He's not going to do this like the last one. Whoa. Calm down. Calm down. Every person you date is not your husband. Every person you share a meal with is not your soulmate. Relax. And dating with an open heart, I'm I'm gonna sing this to the cows come home, is to take sex off the table entirely. I know people who have been in relationships, who have plotted, schemed, maneuvered, schnackoovered, I don't even know if that's a word, to get this man to propose to them, and it ultimately led to an ultimatum. Multiple people. If you don't marry me, it's fine. We're just going to open the relationship up. If you don't marry me, I'm going to leave you. And dating with an open heart also means I'm clear about my desire. And so I can sit across from a person and say, I'm really, 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 really excited to be dating and to find my long-term partner. And that has nothing to do with the other person across from you because you're not speaking to them. That's like saying, I'm really, really excited to remodel my bathroom and find a great contractor. Okay, if they're not a contractor, it doesn't apply to them. So state your intention with an open heart, not expecting for this one person out of 7 billion to fulfill your need or your desire, excuse me. And still being able to have a beautiful night with that person and not being like, oh my gosh, is this forever? Is he going to call me tomorrow? State the desire. Date with an open heart. And you don't have to date people who don't share your desire, or you can just like, okay, this guy said he wants to like vibe. Okay, we go out when he wants to vibe. I'm not expecting him to call me. I'm not expecting him to text me. I'm not expecting him to do XYZ. We hang out when we hang out. But if you don't want that, state it. Like, I desire to like date somebody who's looking for a long-term partner. And I hope you find somebody to vibe with. Bye, kisses, hugs. But you have to date with an open heart. If not, the desperation is strong. It's like, may the force be with you, may the desperation be with you. If you're dating constricted, because it's like, that didn't work out last time, and this isn't gonna work out, and the other one's not gonna work out. What's the purpose? What's the point? Date with an open heart. This person is a beautiful person across from me, here to teach me something. I don't know what it is. That does not mean that this person is your life partner, your long-term partner. This is a fun person. They're here to teach me something. I'm willing to learn. And vice versa. So date with an open heart. Everything is not game 6, or is it game 7? I don't know. I think it's game 7. Game 7 of the World Series. Everything is not the fourth quarter. I've been like watching a lot of sports. Everything is not the fourth quarter in football terms. Everything is not the last day of a sale at Sephora. Everything is not the last day of the Bath and Body Works after Christmas sale. You don't have to rush, but own that desire, girl. And don't date anything that's not your desire. It doesn't make sense. If you want your hair done, don't go to the esthetician. If you want a facial, don't go get a pedicure. It doesn't make sense. Own the desire. And people will make you feel bad for owning your desire. And honestly, those are just people who are uncomfortable with people being honest. Like, I appreciate this, but this doesn't feel good to me. What feels good to me is being with somebody who's on my same wave. So this isn't that. So I wish you the best. I wish you love. You're a wonderful person. Goodbye. Seal it with a kiss. But the only thing wrong about expressing your desire is not doing it soon enough. Because can you imagine? I'm looking for a mansion on the countryside with 7 bedrooms, but I keep looking at apartment complexes. What? I want a drop top car, but I'm at the tractor trailer place. What? I really want a couch, but I'm inside Macy's. Huh? It doesn't make sense. And you're pissed because you're in Macy's asking for a couch. You're in Sephora looking for a bottle of wine. It doesn't make sense. And so that's why you have to own your desire, because if not, you'll go everywhere else and be pissed because they don't have it. I'm at Steak and Shake looking for a lettuce wrap. What? Like, it doesn't compute. And so you're at the club looking for a long-term partner. You're waiting for a man to take you back. You're waiting for the same man to take you back, for the man to be decisive, to decide he wants to take it to the next level. It doesn't make sense. Okay? So own your desire. And when you own your desire, and when you go into dating lighthearted, you are not jaded, you're not pissed, you don't think dating is the streets, the ghetto, you're not constricted and tight and everything's wrong with this other person because my partner needs to be perfect. So relax, date lighthearted, own that desire, baby, and be uber clear. It's gonna save you time, energy, and effort. All right. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Join me for the live training February 1st in the description box. And also, the course is like 10 times better than the Sex is Your Superpower book. So go ahead and join me in those, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.